The next group of panelists will be speaking about making 2018 a year of transformation. First, we're going to welcome Kathleen Gasperine. For 14 years, Kathleen has managed successful fund strategies for Democratic political campaigns and national nonprofits.
It is so great to see you all here today. I'm Kathy Gasperine. I am just truly humbled to be a part of this panel and this conversation today, so thank you for being here. I know you've gathered here to lend your time, your networks, and your hard-earned dollars, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. My professional background, as she mentioned, for the last 14 years has been in political fundraising at the state, federal, and presidential level. I've actually worked with many of you on the last 3 presidential campaigns at Organizing for Action to re-elect Deval Patrick in 2010, among many other worthy causes. So thank you all for your energy, your time, and for continuing to answer the calls of worthy causes. As the finance director, I just wanted to drill in. You know, the role of the finance director is to lead a small team of staff that actually work to support often hundreds, if not thousands, of volunteers. The campaign staff is actually really limited with our own capacity. The real way campaigns grow, thrive, and ultimately win, as you all know, is to build a network of concentric circles that bring in your friends of friends, your families, your neighbors, and that's how a true movement grows. And it's the exact same skills in political fundraising as it is in organizing. So make no mistake that the power comes from building these communities of volunteer organizers and fundraisers that follow their convictions with their dollars to leverage their networks and fuel grassroots campaigns. So in 2016, the average Senate race cost over $19 million. The average congressional race cost $1.5 million. I know these numbers seem intimidating, demoralizing at times, but we're here to remind you all that it is these increments and it's individuals like you that step up early and step up with your time and your dollars and your networks to fuel campaigns. We are funded by individuals, and it actually is the individuals that sustain these organizations far until the grassroots online fundraising can kick in. Both in the 2008 Obama campaign that I worked on as well, and then the 2016 Bernie Sanders campaign, that we were all amazed that the online fundraising didn't actually hit its pinnacle and its stride until well into the primary process. It actually wasn't even until the on year that most of the online fundraising can hit its stride. It's actually individuals that are giving their dollars early that sustain these organizations that allow them to grow to scale. Having the most money in politics doesn't always equal victory, but there is a strong correlation, unfortunately, as you all know. Sometimes contributions flow through candidates that are viewed as much stronger than her or his opponent. But sometimes the money also goes to lesser-known candidates and result in a surge in popularity, as we've all seen in the last year. We don't have to look hard for examples, though, of self-funded candidates who spent small fortunes running for office and still lost. We don't have to look hard for well-funded candidates that actually ran decent campaigns and outspent their opponents and still lost. So money is not the only difference in campaigns, as you know. However, at the end of the day, the candidate that wins despite having spent less is an outlier. And one of my most favorite quotes about political fundraising still remains true. Good candidates do not lose. They run out of money. This could not be more true at the municipal, local, and state level. And I urge all of you to truly take up a cause, take up a candidate, and get involved now. As many of you know, political campaigns are essentially startups. Best campaigns, they're intense, mission-driven, rely on funds and driven volunteers with creative solutions, like many of you here today. I know I've worked with a lot of folks that have given their garage for a staging location, given pizza for meetings, have gone far above and beyond and in creative ways to make sure campaigns have the resources to survive. Unlike startups, campaigns are structured intentionally to put themselves out of business. And in short order, we raise the funds, we build an organization, and we spend it all to win. Like startups, it's the early funds that are the hardest to raise, but are critical for the long-term return. You're all familiar with the public relations battle that it is the first primary is the money race. It is the show of strength. It's your ability to organize, to lead a team, to show your viability and the breadth and the depth of your support. However, I would argue that that's absolutely valid and no doubt motivating, but there is a compelling case to be made that the greatest returns on the investments are early investments in staff that are force multipliers, spreading the word to a wider audience, having a long-term runway for success, and allowing campaigns to reserve money early. Actually, with paid media, you actually get the best rate if you can reserve the money early, or reserve the time early. All these things obviously cost dollars. As you know, the online tools have made this all easier. Nothing competes, however, with a personal connection. We all are inundated with emails, with fundraising requests. It is that peer-to-peer contact that actually makes the difference. It's picking up the phone. It's cornering someone at a barbecue. It is actually connecting the person with the cause. So please leverage your time and your networks beyond what you can personally give yourself. And I urge you to get involved today in the many fundraising campaigns, literally from school committee to state rep. If anything, they need you more, I would argue. These campaigns are won and lost truly by the resources that they have. To step up to help candidates running for Congress, both here in Massachusetts, as Congressman McGovern was saying, as well as for the corner office, we need your help. The candidates, if they're not your thing, there's plenty of other options, as you all know, at Indivisible. There are well-established great organizations like Emerge. I vote to help elect Democratic Secretaries of State, Color of Change, Organizing for Action. We could go on and on and on for really well-established, fantastic issue advocacy organizations that exist. There's also new, progressive, innovative organizations like Indivisible that absolutely need resources to keep going, Run for Something, Swing Left, and many others. Seek out the candidates you want to support. I can't underestimate this, especially in Massachusetts. One of our greatest exports, in addition to the volunteers that we send to New Hampshire and to any other swing state, the calls we do nationally, is also the dollars that we send elsewhere for progressive battles. So after you support your local state rep, senator, your congressperson, making sure that we have the resources here in Massachusetts, no doubt, but also seek out the candidates that are coming to Massachusetts to raise funds. We have next week candidates coming from Wisconsin, Alabama, and Minnesota. Doug Jones, Angie Craig, Randy Bryce are all going to be literally in Massachusetts. And this happens all the time, and we need new faces, we need new networks, and we need new people helping us to fuel these great causes. So we know there are many worthy causes for your dollars. We appreciate your shared belief that the investment you're making to elect leaders that share our values are an incredible return on this investment. If you want more information on how to get involved and where to learn more, we have a session today on fundraising and the election strategy deep dive. So thank you all for being here and for continuing to follow your actions with your dollars. We appreciate it.